YouTube? It's Julius here. I have a story to tell you about how PetSmart killed my fish. Well, killed my frog, but basically could have also killed my fish. So let me run it down you. Let me run it down for you real fast. Me and my friends were watching the show Tanked, right? Um, it shows on Animal Planet, and we were like, well, I was like, because I was super hype about these fish I wanted. I was like, that is a bomb ass fish tank. They had these 200,000 gallon fish tanks, right? Like with sharks and stingrays and like dories and like Finding Nemo. So I was just like, I can't have a dog in my dorm, but like, I can have some fish. So I can't go out all big and stuff like they can do on Tanked. But I was like, we can stroll up at PetSmart, give me like a little fish tank with some little fish, you know, it'd be cool. So me and my friend drives me to PetSmart. There's like four of us, we're just kind of cruising, and we get to PetSmart, right? So in the back of my head, like I'm thinking logically, sorry. I'm thinking like I should get a fish tank, right? I should pick out the fish tank first, and then show it to the people at PetSmart and say like, hey, this is the size fish tank I want, and what type of fish can go in here when I fill it with fresh water. So I think the woman's really nice. She's really helpful. She's like, you can pick out any of these fish. This fish tank is probably best, the one that you picked out. It's a good size, you're correct, and it's a starter kit. So it comes with everything that you have, like everything that you need, right? She says it comes with everything you need. So I'm like, great. So I pick out the fish we want. I pick out some fish. My friends pick out some fish. My other friend picks out a frog. He's like, dude, you should get this frog. And I'm like, dope. So I'm like, okay, is this all we need? She's like, yeah, just make sure, like when you put the fish in the tank, don't open the bag right away. They have to get used to the water. I'm like, great. Is this all we need? Like, she's like, oh yeah, fish food. I'm like, okay, cool. Is this the right fish food? She's like, yeah. So first problem that night. We're up in line, and keep in mind, I believe elderly people should have jobs. I don't believe that. I'm not saying they shouldn't work, but this woman, and like, gee, this woman, when we were checking out, could not read for shit. She was trying to type in the little passcode for these fish, and she could not read it. She was asking us, she was like, y'all have young eyes, y'all can read it. I told her what it is. She's like, nah, that's not it. I'm like, girl, how you gonna ask me and tell me it's not it? She calls some other random person from the other line. She's like, you, customer, come over here. I'm like, girl, we was legit there for 30 minutes. The store had closed and shit, right? And we were still there trying to get wrung out. And I'm just like, bruh. So that's like the first sign. I should have known there was some fucked up shit right then and there. The PetSmart, like, come on now, like she needs a job. Like she was smart, she was cool, she was funny, but she could be working up in some other place. She should not be by the cash register because she. Mm-mm. So we're strolling through. Got our fish. We come back. My RA, my room assistant for my dorm. He's like a really big fish lover. He's been raising fish since he was young. He has saltwater tanks in his room. Like he's a huge fish person. He sees us coming through with the fish tank and like the fish. He's like, dope. I'm gonna set y'all up. I'm like, cool. So we come in my room. We got the fish tank and everything. And then he's just like, y'all fish gonna die. And I'm like, fuck you mean our fish gonna die? He's like, y'all don't have dechlorinator. Y'all fish tank ain't set up already. So the first problem is that I didn't know the fish tank had to be set up. The fish tank has to be like running to start a nitrogen cycle in order to produce bacteria and other chemicals to help break down the fish's waste. So the fish tank you should buy the fish tank first and have it set up like and running for a few days before you actually buy the fish. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know this, but at the same time, it's like, wait a minute. The woman at PetSmart saw me buy a fish tank. She saw me buy a fish tank, so there's no mistaking that. Like, she couldn't have been like, oh, he's coming in to buy some fish. He probably has a fish tank set up at home. No, she knew this was my first time having fish, and a fish, like, she knew this. So she knew my fish was going to die. She knew, if she knew things about her job, she knew I was taking these fish home to kill them. So, first of all, like, what the fuck? Like, she could have let us know or something, like, done her job right. She was real helpful, but she didn't tell us that, like, she didn't inform us all the way. But, my RA's chill. He's like, okay, let's try to save these fish. So, he's like, I'll get you some dechlorinator that will help it. You also need a heater. You also need some plants because your fish is going to be, like, depressed, especially this frog. The frog, he was, like, flat out. He was like, the frog's not going to last 24 hours. This frog about to be dead. And I'm just like, the frog, the frog can live, whatever. So, like, you can go in. You guys, this is my roommate, Jai Lee.
Hi.
They can't see you.
Hello.
So, Jelly wasn't there. He was actually on vacation when this whole thing happened. But, so, like, he helps us set the fish tank up, right? So I'm like, cool. He helps us. Everything's cool. I'm like, keep on looking this way because the fish tank's right there. Like, I'm looking over at the fish because like they're kind of The fish are still alive. It's funny, like spoiler alert. But anyway, so we set everything up. Everything looks cool. He gives us a list of things we need. Dechlorinator, a filter. Not a filter. We had a filter. Dechlorinator. We needed like a heater, some like plants, some other things lively to make sure the fish don't get depressed. Because he was like, these fish like to like swim in schools. The frog's gonna get depressed if you don't have these things. I'm like, cool. Thanks, PetSmart, for not telling me this. This is animal cruelty. Like, y'all know damn well that these fish were about to die, and y'all didn't say shit. Doesn't matter. So I write these things down. I go to bed. I wake up. Guess what I see at the bottom of the tank? The frog is laid out, dead as fuck. Like, he's not even like looking like he's alive. Where I have to like look and be like, is he alive? Is he dead? He was like laid out. Like he was like on the weekend or something. Like he had just done partying. Like he was drunk as fuck or some shit. I don't know. He was laid out dead. I'm just like, bruh. Like PetSmart, come on now. That's animal cruelty. Y'all know the frog was gonna die. Like y'all knew this and y'all didn't say shit to us. Like come on now. What if I was like 4 years old? My parents didn't know nothing like my RA knew. Like my parents were just like, cool. PetSmart told us to do this for our kid. We're gonna get him a frog. We're gonna get him some fish. And I'm 4 years old. And I wake up, mommy, daddy, the frog's not moving. You know how much like damage that could do to a child. Like I'm lucky that like I kind of sobbed a little bit, but I pulled myself together. So it doesn't matter. I go to PetSmart. First time we walk in there, we see the same woman from yesterday, and she gonna have the nerve to open her mouth and be like, "Do y'all need some help?" Like, bitch, no, you done enough damage. But I didn't say that. I kept my cool. I was just like, no, we're good. We're just looking for some more stuff. Back in my head, I was thinking like, bitch, I'm not listening to you because you killed my fish. I'm not sure what, like, you out to get them or something. She had to get all them damn fish at PetSmart, for real. So, like, I get all the stuff I need. I get the dechlorinator. I get the heater. I get, like, a tiki building thing. I get some, like, background, some rocks on the background. I get some grass, like, artificial stuff to make, more lively for them so they become depressed. First, in the fish food, the woman said that fish food was okay. The fish food was not okay. My RA said the fish food was too fucking big. So I had to, like, buy some new fucking fish food because, once again, the woman fucked up, tried to kill my fish. So, I come back, I removed the dead frog, unfortunately, had a little funeral in the bathroom, had to flush it down, spruce up the fish tank, get everything set, and I'm just like, okay, these fish are gonna last. These fish now have a home. So, it's been two days, I think, and the fish that are there, they're kind of cool. My RA took the tetras. I had 4 tetras. He took them. He wouldn't take the molly and whatever the other fishes are because he was like, those fish are too basic for him. Because, like, those are some low-grade fish. I'm starting out slow. He was like, nah, those fish might just die, but I'll take the cool-looking ones. So he took my cool-looking ones. But these fish are going strong. Like, I knew these were troopers. I mean, the frog is done for, but, like, these fish are troopers. So, yeah, just don't shop at PetSmart. At least don't shop at the PetSmart in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, because they out to get you. Make sure you know what you're talking about with your pets. Make sure they know what they're talking about. Don't just buy fish. Google shit before you do it. Don't make the mistake I did, because you will waste a whole bunch of money, and not only that, but you will, like, animal cruelty. Come on now, PetSmart. Like, who am I supposed to go for pet help? Like, I can't trust my neighborhood PetSmart. The fuck I'm supposed to be going? So anyway, yeah, subscribe below. This is my first video. Unfortunately, it's kind of depressing, but at the same time, I gotta let people know, it's struggle out here for some fish. You gotta let people know where they can go and who they can trust.